If there's one venue that I've got to know the most over the last 10 years, it's been Barston Lakes, and that's because it's featured in so many qualifiers and prestigious events. That's partially because of its Midlands location, but it's also because of the fantastic clubhouse, facilities and well-stocked match lake. Over the years I've got to know the fishery owner Nigel, and it's always intrigued me about how he maintains his fish stocks, and when I heard that he'd posted some videos on his YouTube channel showing some of the fishery management duties, I couldn't wait to see them. The first video I saw was footage of him netting his lake. It shows how he grades his fish and distributes them around the different lakes. One of the lakes is Jake's Lake, and that is a little bit more of a specimen carp lake.
This is Jake's Lake. I actually emptied this about 5 years ago. It's 10 foot deep, took all the water out. It took me a month to get the water out. But I'm next to the workshop there, so we had 24-hour pumping with submersible pumps. A great big three-phase submersible pump. It took a month to get all the water out, and I got down to the bottom 2 inches, got all the carp and bream out, and there was a million roach in there. And then filled it back up with water and just put doubles in there. So that's just carp.
So this is a specimen lake, and you can fish this on a day ticket as well, can you?
Yeah. But when the whole lake's booked with a Barston Masters, or we do a whole lake booking once a week, carp anglers still turn up and they want to come fishing. So we've created this just so we can give customers somewhere to go fishing.
Never had a chance to see this, Nigel. When we're here on matches, you just never get a chance to have a look round.
No, it's 2 acres. It's a great little pond, and they'll go up to 30 pounds in here. So I have just put a couple dozen of them little ghosts in here to grow on, and they'll be beautiful fish for the future. So
brilliant, nice one.
Bred as well. It's full of little carp at the minute. I caught 500 fish on a whip one evening on this lake. We took them in the big lake, little 2-inch carp.
Great to see it.
Yeah, they're bred well because there's no roach in there to eat the fry.
This video also shows some of the larger bream being stocked into the main popular match lake, and I had no idea how big the bream were in that lake.
5 years ago, the biggest bream was 6.5 pounds. Got a few 6, so let's go in the big lake as well. Look at all these. These are beautiful. Look at that, I should have weighed that one.
Now the second video of Nigel's that I saw was my favourite, and it's a vlog style video which Nigel put together over several days, showing the whole process of how he hatches the carp eggs. To a casual onlooker like myself, I think it's an intriguing insight, and the 10-minute long full-length video is available to watch over on his channel, but there are occasions when he orders his fish stocks from a fish farm. Last week, however, whilst I was having a conversation with Nigel, he mentioned he may be getting a fish delivery in a day or two, and then late one evening I received this text. He's just texted me, said 8 AM in the morning, fish are tanked up and he will leave Kent around 5 AM. Now the person Nigel referred to as he is Jason Dawkins from Babylon Fish Farm, and the early start for him was because his fish farm is 165 miles away down in Kent. I simply couldn't miss the opportunity, so I was up early the next morning. I was on the M1 for 6 AM, travelling the 94 miles south down to Barston Lakes. To say how cold it is, those carp behind me are looking very, very active to say it's cold water. I'm here on a very busy midweek morning at Barston Lakes. Lots of you know the venue, and we're here today because we've got a meeting with fishery owner Nigel, and that's because they're going to be stocking some fish into this exceptionally well-known and very popular lake. One thing that I've never mentioned on this channel is that 10 years ago I was actually looking at developing and creating my own fishery. I was working full time at that time, and you know, Dad was out there some days during the week meeting farmers, meeting landowners, and I spent about 2 years looking for the right site. I was looking all the way around South Yorkshire. We looked at several different sites, and there was one in particular that nearly got me my fishery that I really wanted back then. However, the more that I looked into it, the longer it took to find the ideal site for it. I decided it just wasn't for me. When I looked at how much was involved in actually running a fishery, and I also looked at the things that I wanted to do in life, it just meant that it would have meant I would have had to devote everything to it, and I decided that the risks, and in order to do it right, it just wasn't for me. So since then, I've always been interested about the things that many fishery owners do to keep their fisheries in tip-top condition and keep them popular, and that's one of the reasons why we're here at Barston Lakes today. As it turned out, Jason had arrived early as he had more deliveries to make to other fisheries in the area, so it was a bit hectic on arrival, and Nigel had decided to introduce the fish down the left-hand roadside bank as access to the lake was much easier. It was a stunning winter's morning as the sun rose over a flat calm lake, and I've got to admit that at that stage I wish I'd take my tackle along. Here we are, here's fishery owner Nigel. Nigel, what have we got? What's going in the lake today?
These are from Babylon Fish Farm. These are 1 to 2 pound ghost mirrors. So
right.
Jason's bred these fish and they're beautiful. You actually see these fish. We've had a ton already.
Yeah.
And there's another 2,000 quid worth here going in now. It's going to be about another 400 fish roughly.
When did the others go in?
The others went in 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he's got a few left, so I'll have a few more just to for the sake of it really. I don't really need them, but
right.
they're such beautiful fish.
And what sort of age are these, Nigel?
About 18 months, these ones.
18 months?
Yeah. So these have been in a rearing pond for 18 months. And they've been fed all year round.
Is this a regular kind of order, Nigel, or do you just stock as and when required?
As and when,
yeah.
As and when I feel like it. And the fishing was a bit peggy last year, and you know that end of life wasn't so good. And I just thought, a ton of fish would give it a boost.
Yeah.
So, a ton of fish is what, 2,000 pounds, isn't it, in weight?
Yes.
So,
right, you right with that one?
Yeah, that.
Look at them.
Look at the colours, let me see.
Absolutely beautiful.
They are beautiful.
So you class that what, as a ghost mirror?
That's a ghost carp. Look at his head, look. See how
Yeah.
ghost carp's head?
Yeah.
But ghosts are usually common ones. And as you see, that's a mirror. So Jason's bred these, that's ghost mirrors. So they're from that size up to that big one I just picked up, that 2 pounder. Look at them.
They're stunning looking
They're
fish, aren't they?
and
They're beautiful.
They're a nice size to fish for now, right now.
Beautiful.
So, you give them a lift then. Put this one in. Right, first one.
First tub going in.
These are 100 pounds. There's 100 pound in there.
£100 going in.
Got scale.
Next tub going in. Another £100.
You get any more this on? Yeah, look at this one, Dan. It's good size of that.
Look at that one.
It's a 4 pounder now. Isn't it?
Yeah, already. This was the second delivery of fish which Nigel had received in 2 weeks, and the main thing that hit me was how big the stamp of fish were. Over the years you hear lots of stories about fisheries stocking fish, and in most cases they stock fish in the 2 to 3 inch long category, but that certainly wasn't the case on this occasion.
Goldfish here.
There he is,
Lucky goldfish, there we go. He's gone. That's it. A prize for whoever catches that one. As a regular match angler on this venue, it's certainly whet the appetite for some great fishing through 2022. and now that the Barston Masters qualifier tickets are already on sale for next year, I knew I'd be visiting the Barston website as soon as I got home. I love to see fishery owners reinvesting in their fisheries. It's great to see people taking care of the fisheries. You know, this is always clean, tidy, well stocked, and the facilities on site with the clubhouse makes it even more special, and that's why this has remained one of the premier fisheries and most popular fisheries over the last 15 years.